Have you ever felt like you've been working for hours, but you end up getting very little done? If you've been working from home and can't seem to stay productive, then this video is for you. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mo and I'm a senior digital consultant. I've been fortunate enough to work with some of the biggest brands in the world, and sometimes it does get a little difficult if I'm not efficient with my time. So why is productivity important? And to that, my dear friend, is a very simple answer. You see, if you can get the stuff that you have to do done efficiently, then you can spend more time and energy on the stuff that you actually want to do or love to do. Whether that's a side business, starting a blog, or even a YouTube channel, you will have more time for the things that you actually love. Before we go on to our next tip, here's a little story about how I wasted most of my early 20s being unproductive and why it's important for you to make a lifestyle change today. So in my early days when I was attending uni, I had a lot of free time on my hands. Now, obviously, a lot of my friends were using that free time working part-time jobs or studying hard. Me, on the other hand, I was wasting my time playing Call of Duty and Counter-Strike on a daily basis. There's nothing wrong in blowing off a little steam and playing a game here and there, but I took it to the next level. You see, some days I'd play for 12 hours straight. I was addicted and I'd stop occasionally only to order pizzas and junk food. And this happened for nearly 2 years. At the end of those 2 years, I had nothing to show for that lost time except for bad grades, a weight gain, and thousands of hours spent on video games. Now, I wish I could go back and do something in those 2 years, but time never stops for anyone, unfortunately. And each and every one of us on this planet, we only have a limited amount of time. And this is why it's important that you start becoming productive and form habits that will help you either create a side business or give you more time to follow your passions, regardless of what your passions are. So without further ado, here are 9 easy tips to increase your productivity at work. Tip number 1, get rid of the clutter. Getting rid of clutter is perhaps the most important step in being productive. Imagine your work table filled with messy piles of papers, dirty dishes, and a moldy, half-eaten slice of pizza. Not very appealing, is it? Studies have shown that a cluttered workspace can have an impact on your productivity and mental well-being. Even if you're a messy person, you can stay clutter-free by taking just 5 minutes to clear your desk at the end of the day when you're ready to log off. Tip number 2 is to always start your day off with some form of exercise or meditation. According to research published by the Harvard Medical Journal, it's proven that regular exercise releases a chemical in our brains that can help with mental sharpness, memory retention, and concentration. So it's no doubt that a morning exercise routine will not just keep you in shape, but it'll also make you a smarter person. The third tip to increase your productivity is to check your schedule before and after work. So before the beginning of each day, make sure to take a look at your calendar or schedule. This helps you tackle your day effectively. But it doesn't end there. At the end of the day, take a look at your schedule for the next day and note down 2 or 3 important things that you would like to accomplish the following day. This helps to mentally prepare yourself. And apparently, this is what Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary also does to stay productive. So if it works for Mr. Wonderful, then it'll probably work for you too. Tip number 4 is to use something called time blocking that encourages deep work. So what is time blocking? This is when you block out specific portions of your day for deep work. For starters, you can begin with blocking out just 30 minutes of your time. And as you get better, you will get used to working multiple hours without losing focus. So how can you find out when you're engaged in deep work? You will know when you reach this Zen-like mode and you have this Terminator-like focus. Make sure that you only do this for 2 to 3 hours at a stretch. Otherwise, you could end up being burned out. Now, the next tip ties into the previous one, which is to give yourself a reward. After you've had a 2 to 3 hour work session, take a break. Go for a walk or do something that you consider fun. You see, your brain is like a puppy. It can do some incredible things and help you achieve your wildest ambitions, but it's going to expect a treat at the end of it. Now, this is a reason why video games are so addicting. Anytime you accomplish something in a game, you're automatically rewarded with this tiny little digital trophy that pops up on the corner of your screen. And that's what tricks your brain to keep going till it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Tip number 6 is to have a designated workspace. And this is especially important for those of us working from home. Keeping a designated workspace allows you to treat that space like a cubicle and be done with work when your time's up. It's also important that you treat your workspace as sacred. This helps you set boundaries so your brain can associate your space with work and productivity. A designated space will also free you of distractions. A quiet and stress-free environment will drastically increase your productivity. Tip number 7 is to have proper posture. Now, good posture can make all the difference. At the end of the day, if you feel exhausted and achy, it might be time to reconsider your seating position. It also definitely helps to invest in a good ergonomic chair. The longer you work pain-free, the better your focus is. Tip number 8 is to use productivity tools and apps. You can use tools like to-do lists, note-taking apps, and time-tracking software to make sure you're keeping measure of your high-impact work and a low-impact work. Now, this is based on the Pareto principle, or more commonly known as the 80-20 rule. I'll make a future video about that, which explores the 80-20 rule further. But for now, the 80-20 rule states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your effort. Now, this 20% is the high impact work I've mentioned before. If you want an easy way to identify if something is high impact work or not, ask yourself this: can it be outsourced? If the answer is yes, then it's not high impact work. For example, if you're a business owner, your high impact work might be planning and developing the growth of your business. Now, in the case of this YouTube video, the high impact work is trying to make this video engaging. Everything else like script writing and editing and filming can be outsourced. So if you find this video engaging or helpful, then drop a like and subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more of this content. Now, the final tip in this video is to start eating a healthy diet. While it might seem like an odd tip to recommend healthy eating habits, research has shown that diet plays a big role in focus and productivity. A 2005 study conducted by the International Labour Organization found that a healthy diet can help you improve concentration, alertness, and problem solving. On the other hand, junk food makes you feel lazy and tired. There's actually this very interesting article about how your gut acts like a second brain. So guys, that's it for my 9 tips that have helped me increase my productivity while still leaving me with loads of time for my passions and hobbies. Now, over the last year, I've been reading quite a few books about time management and work efficiency, and it's been greatly helping me on my journey to becoming financially independent. If you'd like to see all that information I'm reading into a short and easy video, then do leave a like, subscribe, and comment below on what types of video you guys would like to see next. Now that you have all the tips to being productive, the truth is that alone isn't enough on its own. There's actually one more thing that you need to be productive and effective. In this video here, I'll show you exactly how I use this technique to manage a full-time job, multiple side hustles, a YouTube channel, and still have time for my family and my baby.